Hi friends, it's Miss Sarah, and this month's character craft is Grumpy Monkey. So your kit is going to come with the letter M, so we can practice. M for monkey. You can color it in or trace it with your finger to practice the letter M. It'll also come with your instructions for your very own Grumpy Monkey puppet, and we'll go over that. And then just some activities, learning to count, little finger puppets that you can cut out, a coloring page, and some fun silhouette matching and picture matching. It'll also come with your Grumpy Monkey cutout and the pieces of his face. It'll also come with the brown paper bag. Your kit, the brown bag that your kit comes with, you're going to save that because you're going to use that for your Grumpy Monkey. And he's gonna look like this. How cute is that? Isn't that adorable, friends? So with your kit, the face, you're going to just color his face. You can do that whatever color. His head, and then you have his grumpy face that you're gonna color and cut out. His two ears and his eyes. So once you cut them all out, you can paste the ears where the ears go, and you can put his face right there, just where his Grumpy Monkey face goes. And then you'll have his eyes, and you're gonna put those right underneath his angry, grumpy eyebrows. So once you cut and color that, you will need your own crayons, your own scissors, and your own glue, but you'll have your very own Grumpy Monkey. All right, so I have two books to read to you today. The first is Grumpy Monkey, and this is by Suzanne Lang, and it's illustrated by Max Lang. Getting the screen here. One wonderful day, Jim Pansy woke to discover that nothing was right. The sun was too bright, the sky was too blue, and the bananas were too sweet. Jim was confused. What's going on? Maybe you're grumpy, suggested Norman from next door. I'm not grumpy, Jim insisted. He looks grumpy. On his walk, he met Marabou. Jim's grumpy, Norman told Marabou. Why are you grumpy, Jim? Asked Marabou. It's such a wonderful day. Grumpy? Me? I'm not grumpy, said Jim. But look at how you're standing, Marabou said. It's true, said Norman. You're all hunched. So Jim loosened up. Then he ran into Lemur. Jim's grumpy, Norman told Lemur. Why are you grumpy, Jim? Asked Lemur. It's such a wonderful day. Grumpy? Me? I'm not grumpy, said Jim. Your eyebrows look grumpy, said Lemur. It's true, said Norman. They're all bunched up. So Jim raised his eyebrows. Then he tripped over Snake. Oh no, said Norman. That's the last thing you need when you're feeling so grumpy. Grumpy? Me? I'm not grumpy, said Jim. Then why frown? Why that frown, said Snake. I think it's because he tripped over you, Norman whispered to Snake. So Jim put on a smile. Look at that silly smile. Finally, Jim looked happy, but he didn't feel happy inside. I wonder what's wrong. Everyone wanted Jim to enjoy this wonderful day. You should sing with us, said the birds. Jim didn't feel like singing. You should swing with us, said the monkeys. Jim didn't feel like swinging. It does look like a lot of fun. You should roll with us, said the zebras. Jim didn't feel like rolling. You should stroll with us, said the peacocks. Jim didn't feel like strolling. You should lie in the grass. You should stomp your feet. You should take a bath and make a splash. You should hug someone. You should laugh. You should take a nap. You should eat old meat or some honey. You should jump up and down. You should sit in the sun. You should dance. Those all sound like lovely things, but probably not when you're angry. But Jim didn't feel like doing any of that. Why are you grumpy, Jim asked the others. It's such a wonderful day. I'm not grumpy, shouted Jim as he beat his chest. And he stomped off. Jim felt sorry, a little sorry for shouting at everyone, but mostly sorry for himself. I guess I am grumpy, Jim sighed, and just as he was starting to feel really sad, he came upon Norman. Norman was slumped. His eyebrows were bunched up, and he was frowning. What's the matter? Are you grumpy? Asked Jim. No, I danced with Porcupine, said Norman. Uh-oh. Can't dance with a porcupine. Are you okay? Asked Jim. It hurts, but I'll probably feel better soon enough, said Norman. Are you still grumpy? Yes, said Jim, but I'll probably feel better soon enough too. For now, I need to be grumpy. It's such a wonderful day to be grumpy, said Norman. Jim agreed. And he already felt a little bit better. How cute is that book, my friends? I love Grumpy Monkey. All right, so I have one more, and since it's spooky season, I have Grumpy Monkey, Don't Be Scared. This is also by Susan Lang and also still illustrated by Max Lang. All right, my friends, so a little spooky book. It was Halloween in the jungle, the spookiest night of the year, but it was also a night for treats. So Jim Pansy and his friends braved the dark in the hope they might get some good ones. As they walked, Jim noticed how different everything looked at night. The trees looked eerie, and he kept hearing a strange knocking sound. Knock, 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 knock. What's that noise? Asked Jim. There are a lot of night noises in the jungle, said Porcupine. Don't be scared. I'm not scared, said Jim. The only thing I'm scared of, said Leslie the giraffe, is not getting any treats. Suddenly, a creepy cackling could be heard. Ha 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 ha! Just another night noise, gulped Jim. Someone should look behind the tree, said Norman. Not it, shouted Leslie. Not it, echoed Jim, Norman, and Warthog. I'll do it, said Porcupine. She walked closer to the tree and closer. Be careful, called Warthog. What do you think it is? Could be something scary. It's just hyenas, said Porcupine. Don't be scared. I'm not scared, said Jim. Ha ha! Happy Halloween, called Hyena, tossing treats to Jim and his friends. Look at that treat. That doesn't seem like a fun Halloween treat, does it? I guess for a hyena. The sky grew even darker. Suddenly, something slimy wrapped itself around Jim's leg. Something's got Jim, Warthog screamed. Ah! Wonder what that could be. It's just aardvark, said Porcupine. Don't be scared. I'm not scared, said Jim. I am, said Warthog. Pleased to meet you, and a very good Halloween to you all, Aardvark said, giving them some treats. The friends continued their walk. The wind whistled. Jim shivered. It's getting late, he said. Maybe we should go home. I could do with a few more treats, said Norman. Me too, said Porcupine. I haven't gotten anything I like. Tell me about it, said Warthog. More like smell me about it, said Leslie. Who farted? She who smelt it dealt it, declared Warthog. The smell was getting stronger. It smelled like rotten eggs mixed with old cabbage soup and armpits. It made Jim's eyes water. That's no fart, said Norman. What is it? Asked Jim. I wonder what smells like rotten eggs. It's just Polecat, said Porcupine. Pole what? Asked Warthog. Polecat, said Porcupine. He's a night animal. Don't be scared, said Leslie. I'm not scared, said Jim. Actually, said Porcupine, you should be a little scared. Don't come in my house, shouted Polecat, spraying the stinkiest liquid Jim had ever smelled. Run, screamed Warthog. So it's like a skunk. That was close, said Norman. You bet your butt it was, said Leslie. Jim looked around. It was so dark that he had no idea where they were. And then he heard the sound again. Knock, 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 knock. But in the deep dark, Jim couldn't tell where the sound was coming from. Knock, 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 knock. Don't be scared, said Porcupine. It's just night noises. I'm not scared, squeaked Jim. Suddenly, two glowing eyes flashed ahead. I, screamed the eyes, which seemed to be darting all around. Jim couldn't take it anymore. The cold, the dark, the smells, the noises. It was all too much. I'm scared, he screamed. I'm really, really scared. Uh-oh. Jim felt something tap his shoulder. Don't be scared, a little voice said. I'm Ai. The knocking and screaming were me. I was knocking on trees looking for bugs to eat. You and your friends startled me, so I screamed. It's kind of cute, huh? His little eyes. I guess we both got scared, said Jim. It's okay, said Norman. Everyone feels scared sometimes. Here, have some Halloween treats, said Ai. Finally, some good treats, said Warthog. Jim and his friends shared the yummy treats. They took turns scaring one another. Boo! Shouted Leslie from behind a tree. Boo! Shouted Porcupine, popping out from under a pile of leaves. It was a spooky good time. Cold, dark, noisy, and smelly. P-U! Treats, said Polecat. How cute is that? Wasn't that spooky, was it, my friend? All right, my friends, so that is the end of our Grumpy Monkey character craft. I hope you have fun, and I hope you enjoyed the stories. Bye, friends.